Welcome, everyone. Today we're unpacking a really dense, incredibly mysterious excerpt from an ancient text. It is just 2 sentences long, but within those few words, there is a massive cosmic narrative. We're talking about an ancient witness's dark story of transgression, forbidden knowledge, and the ultimate corruption of humanity. It's honestly a masterclass in how these ancient writers could pack world-shattering events into just a handful of words. So in this explainer, we're going to break down the psychology, the timeline, and the terrifying implications of what this witness actually saw and heard.
Okay, let's dive into this. And I saw other faces in that place in secret. Right off the bat, we're thrown into this deeply chilling, almost voyeuristic scenario. The narrator, our ancient witness, is completely exposed to us, describing a moment of forbidden discovery. They're seeing something they absolutely weren't supposed to see. There's no grand introduction, no easing into the story. We're literally standing right next to this witness, peering into the shadows, feeling that spine-tingling sensation of stumbling upon something hidden and ancient. Let's put on our forensic investigator hats for a second and really focus on that specific phrasing. Other faces in that place in secret. First off, other faces. That implies a total departure from the familiar, a departure from the human or even the holy. So who are these beings? And then we've got this incredibly heavy atmosphere created by the phrase, in that place in secret. It's not just a physical location on a map. Actually, scratch that. It's more like a state of being hidden. The atmosphere is just thick with isolation and mystery. When you read this, you can almost feel the psychological weight of the silence. The witness is totally alone, observing entities that have been tucked away from the eyes of the entire universe.
But then, the sensory experience completely shifts. We move from the visual, seeing the secret faces, to the auditory. The text says, "I heard the voice of the angels saying." So, the witness is no longer alone in the dark. An angelic guide steps into the frame to decipher this terrifying vision. And this is a really crucial pivot in the dark story our ancient witness is chronicling. They aren't just left to guess who these faces belong to, they get a direct, authoritative translation of the cosmic crime scene they've just walked into. The angel serves as the ultimate insider, ready to spill the universe's best-kept secrets.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the specific action the angel describes. The angel says, "These are the angels who descended from heaven upon the earth." Let's zero in on that word, descended. This is not a story of some chaotic, accidental fall or, slipping on a cosmic banana peel. The text implies a deliberate, intentional trajectory. They moved from a higher, divine realm all the way down to the earthly plane. It was a calculated intrusion. By choosing to descend, these beings willingly abandon their designated station, and that single word sets up the entire premise of their rebellion.
Let's compare these two environments for a moment, because the source text really hinges on this spatial contrast. On one side, we have heaven, the origin point, right? The realm of the divine, of order and of rightful place. On the other side, we have earth, the destination. The text makes it absolutely clear that earth becomes the canvas for their transgression. These angels took the essence of the divine realm and brought it into an environment where it just didn't belong, completely disrupting the cosmic ecosystem. They infiltrated the earthly realm, blurring the lines between the sacred and the mortal in a way the universe never, ever intended.
And here we find the exact moment of the crime. The angel tells our witness that these descended beings revealed to the children of men that which was secret. Notice that their great transgression wasn't an act of physical violence or, destruction. It was an act of communication. It was the sharing of forbidden knowledge. In the dark story recorded by our ancient witness, the ultimate weapon isn't a sword, it's information. They took something that was fundamentally not meant for humanity, and they just handed it over.
This brings us back to a word we've seen already, but now its context has completely exploded. Secret. This is the second time the source text uses it, and I want you to really consider the immense psychological weight of this concept. What exactly constitutes a cosmic secret? Well, it represents hidden, forbidden knowledge meant to be kept strictly away from humanity. And why? Because secrets have power. Think about our own human nature for a second. Why are we so magnetically drawn to the forbidden? The moment we're told we can't know something, it becomes literally the only thing we want to know. The angels weaponize this basic human vulnerability by offering up the very things that were locked away.
So, let's map out the exact chronological crime as laid out by the witness and the angel. It's a super clear 3-step process of cause and effect. Step 1, they descended from heaven. Boom, the boundary is broken. Step 2, they revealed secrets. The forbidden knowledge is transferred. Step 3, they led men astray. The corruption takes hold. The source text presents this as an inevitable, tragic domino effect. Once that first domino, the descent, falls, the subsequent revelation and the resulting corruption are entirely unstoppable.
And this brilliantly illustrates a fascinating aspect of how this ancient text views human nature. The text says, "The angels led astray the sons of men." It places the catalyst for human corruption squarely on an external force. Yes, humanity ends up corrupted, but the spark didn't originate from within them. It came from the outside. It came from these other faces, these descended beings and their forbidden secrets. The text really suggests that humanity was wandering a certain path, and this angelic interference actively diverted them, forcefully leading them off course and straight into the dark.
So the crucial point is right here, that they committed sin. This is the ultimate dark consequence of the angel's revelation. This is where the domino effect ends. You see, the knowledge wasn't neutral. It wasn't just interesting trivia about how the universe works. That secret knowledge was inherently corrupting, and once the sons of men possessed it, it fundamentally altered their behavior, resulting in sin. The witness is being told that the broken state of the earthly realm is a direct, undeniable result of this ancient cosmic breach of security.
Okay, let's take a breath and recap this incredible narrative arc. An ancient witness sees secret faces in the shadows. An angelic voice steps in to reveal the terrifying truth. We learn of beings falling from the highest heights to the earth. We see the ultimate breach of trust as forbidden secrets are shared. And finally, we witness the total corruption of humanity. It is absolutely staggering to realize that this massive, epic saga of cosmic betrayal and human downfall was extracted from just 2 sentences in our source text. I mean, it is just a masterpiece of dense, atmospheric storytelling.
Which brings us to our final thought. We've spent this explainer dissecting the dark story of this ancient witness, analyzing texts that feel like they belong to a dusty, forgotten world. But, human psychology hasn't changed. Our innate thirst for the unknown, for the things hidden behind the curtain, is just as strong now as it was back then. So I want to leave you with this question to ponder. If the ultimate forbidden secrets, knowledge not meant for our minds, were offered to us today, would we have the strength to turn away, or would we too be led astray? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I hope this sparks a desire to keep questioning and keep learning.